back, ladies and gentlemen, to Big Red Mining's channel, discovering metals required for the clean energy revolution. Joining us, the Chief Executive Officer, as always, Rodney Stevens. A pleasure to have you back, sir.
Hey, Kyle. Actually, I'm not the CEO. That's Jack.
Oh, right. Got one of the directors here. Yeah, I should have wrote that down. I keep getting that mixed up now and again, but it's a pleasure to have you back, man. How are you doing?
No worries. Good. Yeah.
Always a pleasure, man. So today we got some big news coming out. I mean, Big Red Mining is expanding its Dolby Lake property to the east and west, adding roughly 2,100 acres. I wouldn't mind you kind of extrapolating this a little bit for us, and I'll pull this up right here just to give us some visuals, but I'll let you kick this off.
Sure, it's huge. So you could see by the chart, thanks for pulling this up, we've acquired the skied west claims, which are in blue, and then the skied east claims, which are in yellow. And then a key for the property is the Gairaba claims, which we call the Cobalt Claims. And then and those Cobalt Claims will be significant as well. But a key feature in this, and we also acquired more claims to the south here, the big purple block. So we've got a huge land package now. I don't, wherever the mineralization is, we won't likely be constrained by the land package. So should be able to test the full potential of the copper mineralization on the property without having to acquire new ground. So a key is in zone 1 here. I don't know if, you could see it circled there. Now that we have the skied east claims in yellow, the mineralization could extend over to that and the Cobalt Claims as well as zone 2. And then plus we have the skied west claims. So you could see that like we have, over 10 kilometers of structure and potentially growing, where we could potentially find a fairly large copper deposit. But one key I'd also like to point out is on the Cobalt Claims, which are the orange concession right there. That land package had returned some values and grab samples of 6.7% copper, but it also adjoins Cobalt Metals. That's KOBOLD Metals Corp. And that's a private company whose concessions adjoins the Cobalt properties. And their mission is to discover battery metals as well. But what's interesting is the key investors in the concessions that adjoin the Cobalt concessions that we now own. The key investors are Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos as well, and Anderson Howitt's fund. So huge investors right beside us looking for big deposits as well. So that could be really interesting as we drill it going into the future.
Yeah, it really shows some of the demand here. Do you want to expand a little bit as well, just while we have the visuals up on the current drill programs, just to offer some insights on where you guys are kind of building out currently?
Well, the main structures are pointed out there, zone 1 and zone 2. Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of the focus has been around zone 1, but the key here is that we have drill results pending, which hopefully show an economic concentration of mineralization in zone 1. And then if we do, it has significant expansion potential along the strike length of the structure. And the combined structures that we have on the property are over 9 kilometers. And the nature of the structure is they are kind of a lode type of deposit where they pinch and swell, and you could have 1 to 10 or 15 meters of mineralization, and the structures could go at depth for over 800 meters. So with a combined strike length of 10 kilometers, and now maybe even more, we don't know, we have to do more surface sampling and along the new concession ground to see if we can get more structures within our concession boundaries. But if we have over 10 kilometers, that's a pretty significant copper deposit potential discovery that would be attractive to mid-tier or large copper producers. And hopefully with the new concessions, we can make it of interest to large copper producers as well. Because our intent here is to drill out the full potential of the property and then potentially sell it to a major. So what's key in these new first batch of holes will be to determine whether or not we've got an economic concentration of mineralization. And with a good grade, we're targeting maybe 0.5% copper or better.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note too that the interest in the area, as you mentioned, is pretty intriguing to say the least. But on that note, I definitely appreciate these quick updates, Rodney. Thanks so much for coming out.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Always a
Kyle.
pleasure.
Talk to you later.
You as well. Always a pleasure. And on that note, folks, let us know what you think in that comment section below. Consider subscribing for that news as it comes down the wire. But stay cool, stay awesome, and I look forward to catching you in the next one.